Hi, my name is Sheena Wethington, and this module today will describe the difference between the regular high school diploma versus alternative high school diploma. State and federal regulations require the admission and release committees, or ARCs, to explain the difference between diploma options when determining what state assessment students will participate in. As the parent or the guardian, you will make sure that you understand the differences between the diploma options and possible implications for a student receiving an alternative high school diploma. Kentucky provides all students with significant disabilities access to a regular high school diploma or an alternative high school diploma. By the end of this module, you will understand that the high school diploma and alternative high school diploma requirements, student-focused planning, and the benefits and limitations of receiving an alternative high school diploma. Why is this information in this module important? This module is meant to provide guidance to parents and guardians around the diploma requirements and planning for post-school outcomes so that parents and guardians can assist the ARC in determining the best course of study and diploma option for the individual student. At the end of the presentation, we will share several resource links that can be accessed for more information. Participating in the alternative assessment does not preclude a student with the most significant cognitive disabilities from attempting to complete the requirements for a high school diploma as stated in 34 CFR 300.160 D2. However, if a student is completing an alternative course of study leading to an alternative high school diploma, then they must be participating in the alternate assessment. A student's placement does not determine which assessment a student takes. The need for participation in a specific state assessment is an ARC decision based on the student's needs, including what accommodations are needed to participate appropriately. State regulations require ARCs to start discussing a student's course of study at the age of 14. That is from 707 KAR 1320, Section 7. When should the parent or guardian start considering the student's course of study? In elementary school, it is important to begin thinking about your child's diploma options and continue to consider throughout their educational career. The diploma that your child earns should be the one best suited to meet the goals they have for life after high school. Although you and the student can change your mind on what diploma to work toward, you will explore all options to maintain the goal of achieving the highest level diploma possible. Depending on your child's disability, you may feel that they might not be able to obtain a regular diploma or go to college. However, having high expectations in early years will help your child obtain his or her greatest potential. High expectations by parents and guardians and school staff are critical for future success. Many students with significant disabilities are able to obtain a regular high school diploma when they receive needed accommodations and modifications. You can always change course later, but the ARC must consider the length of time the student will be enrolled in school and have available to complete the required course of study. A high school diploma means the student has completed the required course of study with the minimum number of credit hours and any local district requirements. If the severity of the student's disability prevents completion of a high school diploma requirements, an alternative course of study is offered. A student who completes this alternative course of study shall receive an alternative high school diploma. An alternative high school diploma is only provided to students with significant cognitive disabilities who are unable to meet requirements for a regular high school diploma. Recipients of the alternative high school diploma will have participated in alternate assessments. The alternative high school diploma is not equivalent to a regular high school diploma. There are current course of study requirements the student must complete to earn a regular high school diploma. A student must earn 22 credits, pass a state-mandated civics test, complete a course or program in financial literacy, receive instruction in essential workplace ethics, and demonstrate competency in technology. More information about the current minimum graduation requirements for a regular high school diploma is available on the minimum graduation requirements page of the Kentucky Department of Education website. To help you, the parent or guardian, understand the minimum graduation requirements, this chart is a breakdown of how many credits are currently required for each content area in order to graduate with a regular high school diploma. As shown on the chart, a student must complete 4 credits in English and math and 3 credits in social studies and science. The student will also complete the required other credits in health, PE, and other electives aligned to the student's individual learning plan or ILP. If the ARC has concerns regarding the number of credits required for a regular high school diploma, they may discuss specific accommodations and modifications needed in order for the student to participate in classes to earn course credit. If the severity of the student's disability prevents them from completing a course of study leading to a high school diploma, then an alternative course of study must be offered, as stated in 704 KAR 305. Students who are completing an alternate course of study leading to an alternative high school diploma will participate in an alternate state assessment and be required to complete 22 courses aligned to the course of study for a regular high school diploma. These courses may include individualized ways of earning Carnegie or performance-based credit. The course of study is a decision the ARC will make based on the student's individualized wants and needs. Some key points about the alternative course of study are that it does not meet the graduation requirements for a regular high school diploma. Courses are aligned to the high school diploma courses. Courses do not have minimum credits, and courses are aligned to the Kentucky academic standards and the employability, foundational, and academic standards. We explore how the curriculum can be modified and individualized for students participating in the alternate assessment in another module titled Accommodations versus Modifications. An alternative course of study may include alternative courses and/or general education courses. Students must complete all courses listed to receive the alternative high school diploma. However, students will not receive course credit unless it is a general education course with credits assigned to it, or if the student is receiving performance-based credits for any course. More information on the type of credits are included on the resources page at the end of this module. Students may choose to participate in electives from general education program of studies or alternative course of based on their individual needs and career interests. Students working towards an alternative high school diploma may also work toward completion of the Career Work Experience Certificate, or CWEC, by completing the 4 required courses and work-based learning hours. These 4 courses are open as electives to all students working toward an alternative high school diploma. This chart is a list of the courses and recommended grade levels for when students should complete for the Career Work Experience Certification. This certification is part of career readiness and the accountability measures for schools. If you have questions regarding school accountability and career readiness, please discuss this with your student's ARC. Additional information is also available on the Kentucky Department of Education website, listed in the resources section of this module. Next, we will be discussing planning for post-secondary outcomes. The IDEA requires that public school districts and schools offer a free, appropriate public education, or FAPE, to students ages 3 to 21. The last day a district or school is required to provide special education and related services to a student with an IEP under the IEDA is the day before the student's 21st birthday. Public districts and schools may choose to allow students to complete the semester or school year by age 21, but not required to extend the student's special education and related services past the last day of eligibility under the IDEA. A student may continue with their education to address transition needs until the student ages out, fails to enroll, decides to exit, or the ARC decides the student is ready to exit. After comparing the requirements for the two courses of studies, you and your student need to discuss your student's plan for after high school. While these questions become especially important in high school, you should begin these discussions no later than middle school. This will include discussing you and your students' expectations and their short and long-term goals. While the school team may assist in planning for a student's post-secondary outcomes, families and students should feel empowered to set goals and determine actions to improve outcomes towards building a more meaningful and purposeful life. In order for a student to have a meaningful and purposeful life after high school, people assisting students in their goals must have high expectations for them. Parents often set goals for their children while they are very young. It is important to dream big. In fact, your high expectations will be a major factor in your child's success. And always remember, the most important input is that of the student. Now let's talk about student-focused planning. Student-focused planning means ensuring that the plan includes what the student really wants. A critical step for parents and guardians is to discuss with your student what they want to do after high school. This should include discussing what job they want, where they want to live, post-secondary education and training, and other aspects of life, such as health and wellness, relationships, social activities, and preferences for recreational activities. The ARC is responsible for developing and implementing post-secondary employment, education, or training goals and independent living goals for any student with a disability based on the individual student's needs. In the next few slides, we will explore some of the options and questions that will need to be discussed. Here are some questions to think about when you discuss employment with your student. What job does your student want? What education and training is required for the job? What support and help will your student need to get the job? What support and help will your student need to maintain the job? Employment is a major part of life for most adults. Plan for a career, not just a job. Kentucky is an employment-first state. That means that Kentucky promotes and supports competitive, integrated employment as a first choice. In other words, a work setting that includes people with and without disabilities, where he or she will earn a competitive wage that is similar to that of others who are non-disabled doing the same work. A competitive wage means at or above the minimum wage. By having this discussion prior to the meeting, both you and your student will be better prepared to provide input and actively participate in the ARC transition planning. In addition, the ARC members will be able to discuss the supports and help that is available to meet those needs prior to and after exiting high school. Once you know your student's employment goal, you both can begin to discuss the education and/or training that will be needed in order to obtain that job. The specific education and/or training needed to obtain the job will direct what course of study is most appropriate for your student. This conversation should start early in a student's school career and is ongoing and discussed annually based on the student's changing wants and needs. In addition, the ARC members will be more able to discuss with you, the parent or guardian, and the student, the prerequisites and final requirements to participate in the education training needed for the job. As a parent or guardian, here are some questions to think about when you discuss post-secondary living arrangements with your student. Where will my student live, and what level of support will they need? What steps will help my student obtain this goal? By having this discussion prior to the meeting, both you and your student will be better prepared to provide input and actively participate in the ARC transition planning. In addition, the ARC members will be more able to determine the steps that are needed in order to help the student obtain the desired level of independent living. As a parent or guardian, here are some social engagement topics to think about as you discuss what types of social interactions the students want to be involved in. Those activities may be work, social, family, and community related. By having this discussion prior to the meeting, both you and your student will be better prepared to provide input and actively participate in the ARC transition planning. This information will assist ARC members in planning appropriate instruction and supports for improving social outcomes for your student. Having reviewed the key post-school goals for the student, the ARC needs to ensure that the diploma choice and the course of study align with the achievement of their goals. There are both benefits and limitations to the alternative diploma that families and students need to understand. There are several benefits for students completing an alternative course of study, leading to an alternative high school diploma. This is not a complete list of benefits, but here are some for your consideration. The student's course of study can be individualized and differentiated to meet the student's specific needs. The alternative course of study also allows the student to focus on work-related skills and opportunities. Students participating in the course of study leading to the alternative high school diploma also qualify for Kentucky Educational Excellence Scholarship, or KEYS money, for the college if enrolled in a comprehensive transition and post-secondary program, or CTP. Additional information about KEYS is available on the KDE website listed in the resource section of this module. If the parent or guardian's goal is for your student to attend college, you need to know that IDEA ends at age 21 in Kentucky, or at the time when your student obtains a diploma. We know that learning beyond high school leads to better employment, but not everyone wants to attend college. Your student might want to seek employment that requires training beyond high school. Your student might learn while they are earning money in an apprenticeship type program. CTPs were created by the Higher Education Opportunities Act. They are programs designed to support students with intellectual disabilities who want to continue academic, career, and technical instruction in higher education in order to better prepare for competitive, integrated employment and independent living. For more information about CTP is available on the resources page of this module. There are limitations in receiving an alternative high school diploma. A couple limitations that parents and guardians should consider are the inability to apply for certain jobs that require a regular high school diploma, or GED, which could impact earning potential and financial independence, and the inability to apply to trade schools, technical schools, colleges, and universities under general admissions and degree requirements. Limited earning potential may impact the student's level of independent living as well. Again, all of this information is important for parents and guardians to understand as they plan for their students' post-school outcomes. The following resources provide more information on the specific topics discussed in the module. They include minimum graduation requirements, course of study leading to an alternative high school diploma, the Kentucky Educational Excellence Scholarship, and the comprehensive training and post-secondary programs. You can access the links on this slide by downloading a copy of this presentation. In this module, we discuss the differences in the courses of study, regular and alternative high school diplomas, and how to plan for the student's life after high school. We noted the benefits and limitations of receiving a high school diploma and the importance of selecting the diploma option that best meets your student's needs. The decisions along the way may change based on the student's wants and needs and require ongoing conversation between the student, their family, and the ARC. If you have any additional questions about the differences between the regular high school diploma and the alternative high school diploma, please contact Lauren Thinneman in the Office of Special Education and Early Learning, OCEL, or in the Division of IDEA Monitoring and Results, DIMMER.